In the grand tapestry of football, certain players are not merely participants, they are cartographers of the beautiful game. They don't just occupy space, they define it. They are the conduit through which a team's ambition flows, the nexus of strategy and artistry. History remembers these figures with a certain reverence, the Zidans, the Iniestas, the De Bruynes. They are the compass by which a generation of fans navigates its hopes. For Arsenal, that instrument, that lodestar, is Martin Ødegaard. But what happens when the compass needle begins to flicker? It seems a lifetime ago, yet it was only yesterday, that Ødegaard's talent felt like a universal truth. His ascension to the Premier League zenith during the 2022-23 season was not a surprise, but a confirmation. Here was the prodigy, shed of the burdensome hype of his teenage years, reborn as a maestro in North London. He conducted Arsenal's attacking symphony with metronomic precision, his left foot a wand that conjured passing lanes invisible to mortal eyes. Arsene Wenger, a connoisseur of such artists, once remarked on his kind of intelligence, noting that the brain has to be the leader, a sentiment that perfectly encapsulated Ødegaard's on-field persona. His peerless campaign, which led to Arsenal's most potent attacking season in recent memory, was justly crowned with a place in the PFA Team of the Year, a formal recognition of what the Emirates faithful already knew. He was the creative heartbeat of England's most exhilarating side. He possessed every tool, the gossamer touch, the 360-degree awareness, the uncanny ability to manipulate space with a drop of the shoulder. He was the master of the pre-assist, the pass before the pass, a contribution often lost in crude statistics but fundamental to the team's fluidity. His captaincy, for both club and country, was not of roaring theatrics, but of quiet, unyielding standards. As he once stated, "I'm not the one who speaks the most, but I try to lead with the way I am, the way I act." It was this relentless professionalism that set the tone. Then came the fog. The last 18 months have presented a more perplexing narrative. The crystalline certainty of his play became clouded. The on-ball effectiveness, once a given, began to slump. Passes that once dissected defenses now found a stray leg. The audacious became the predictable. Most glaringly, a conspicuous profligacy in front of goal began to creep into his game. Those gilt-edged chances, the kind a player of his caliber is expected to convert with nonchalant ease, were squandered. The final definitive brushstroke on the masterpiece was consistently missing.
And yet, the paradox of Ødegaard's dip is that his commitment never waned. Even as his creative output diminished, his off-ball industry remained ferocious. He was still the first man to press, a tireless engine harrying opponents, a captain leading by sweat when inspiration proved elusive. Arsenal, fundamentally, still does not possess another player who can orchestrate the team as he does. He remains the central processor, the only one truly capable of knitting the intricate patterns Mikel Arteta demands. The doubt over his form is understandable, but it is a doubt born from the dizzying heights he himself established. Now, on the cusp of a new season, the journey to rediscovery begins. This is not a quest he must undertake alone. The architecture of the team is evolving to support his revival. The arrival of a Victor Gyökeres provides what he has so craved, a direct, powerful vessel for his visionary through-balls, a striker whose primary instinct is to attack the space Ødegaard creates. The signing of a Martin Zubimendi is going to be equally transformative, introducing another midfield metronome to share the burden of tempo manipulation. This would unchain Ødegaard, liberating him from deep build-up duties and allowing him to become a predator, preying exclusively on the final third. Imagine, too, a lethal world-class left winger added to the mix, another ravenous mouth to feed, another source of assists to bolster his numbers. A player like Ødegaard will max out his potential not by scoring 30 goals a season, but by supplying high numbers in assists and, crucially, dispatching the chances that decide the biggest games. The challenge is not to become a goal machine, but to regain his clinical edge. This is where the young captain must graduate into the mature, solid leader. The shades of the developing player must give way to the hardened veteran who does not shy away from the responsibility of the decisive moment. The threat from the bench, a concept once alien to his position, is now brewing. The prodigious talents of Ethan Nwaneri and Max Doman are a quiet but constant reminder that no position is sacrosanct. This is his time, and he knows the historical weight he carries. The number 10 is not just a position, it is a legacy. It is Maradona, Laudrup, Schneider, David Silva. If he does not reclaim his brilliant self, he risks becoming a cautionary tale. The path forward is a confluence of factors: new ideas from the coaching staff, a renewed focus on his physical development, and most importantly, a profound mental growth. He must shed any lingering imposter syndrome, that ghost of the teenage prodigy who felt the world's pressure. A potent cocktail of self-belief, relentless hard work, and the acceptance of his own elite status is required. With Saka to his right, Gyökeres ahead, and a new threat to his left, the enigma that is Ødegaard is primed to explode. That explosion will be the catalyst that brings major trophies, the Premier League, the Champions League, back to North London. As Martin Ødegaard navigates his own period of introspection, he can draw inspiration from the annals of midfield royalty. He need only look to Kaká, who after the collective trauma of Istanbul and the chaos of Calliope, transformed his elegance into a weapon of sheer will, single-handedly dragging an aging AC Milan to Champions League glory and claiming the Ballon d'Or in 2007. Or he could reflect on Andrés Iniesta, who emerged from a dark abyss of injury and personal grief to conquer his demons on the world's biggest stage, scoring the goal that won Spain the 2010 World Cup. Both legends faced their own slumps, moments where their genius was clouded by doubt and circumstance. Yet both responded not just by rediscovering their form, but by using their immense talent to deliver the ultimate, career-defining triumphs. Their journeys serve as a powerful testament that for a player of Ødegaard's caliber, a dip in form is not a final verdict, but merely the quiet prelude to a deafening comeback.
Ultimately, his career stands at a crossroads, presenting two starkly different possibilities. He could be remembered as the prodigy who enjoyed a fine, respectable career, but never quite fulfilled the divine promise of his talent. Or he can surpass every limit, silence every doubt, and do true justice to an ability so profound that it often seems tougher for him to fail than to excel. No amount of justification can substitute for delivered evidence on the field. Finding his peak, best self, is both the journey and the destination for Martin Ødegaard this season. The work done in silence, in the gym, on the training pitch, in the quiet moments of self-reflection, must now give way to the roar of the reward. This is the quest to complete the triad, to evolve from captain to leader, and finally to legend, to become the unwavering true north compass that guides Arsenal to glory.